What's up, everyone? Justin here, back with my AEW All Out 2020 pay-per-view review. This is, I'm uploading it, or you're watching this in the morning or whenever, but I was busy during the pay-per-view. Gladly, I did see it, and I got it recorded when it was happening. I watched it, very late overnight, so I'm doing the review later. The review, I apologize, was not up on my channel like 30 minutes or an hour after the show. I apologize, I was not home. Sorry. So anyways, up first we had the All Out buy-in, the pre-show. Up first we had Joey Janela with Sonny Kiss defeated Luther. Maybe that wasn't on the pre-show. Maybe that was before the pre-show. I don't fucking know. I don't care. I don't care about Luther. I don't give a flying fuck about Joey Janela either. So, I don't know. I watched a little bit of the buy-in on YouTube later, and I didn't even see that match, or I went and fast forward through it. I don't really know or care. But Joey Janela wins and defeated Luther, defeated some new wrestler. I forget the guy's name. He had a mask on. He was with Luther. By the way, they keep trying to call Luther a Japanese hardcore wrestling deathmatch legend. I doubt it. I don't know what the fuck he did. I don't really care, but the guy's not a legend. Not to me. He's no wrestling legend. I never fucking heard of Luther ever before he came to AEW. So up next we had next on the pre-show we had a tag team matchup. It was Private Party taking on the Dark Order, Alex Reynolds and John Silver. I don't care about the Dark Order. Private Party wins. And I didn't care about the match. I fast forward through most of it. But Private Party is a good team. Up next we had the main show, All Out pay-per-view 2020. Up first we had Big Swole take on Britt Baker in a tooth and nail match. I don't know what the hell that meant. But it was like kind of not really cinematic. I wouldn't call it. I would just call it a fight. It was like a street fight at a dentist office. It was pretty funny, pretty entertaining. It was very short. Only went 10 minutes. But anyways, Big Swole wins. I mean, she puts like gas in a mask or whatever the hell it's called. I don't know what they call it. The gas that can knock you out before you have surgery. Or can knock you out, I guess, when they work on your teeth. Big Swole put the mask on Britt Baker, and she was, the ref lifted her hand like once, and her hand dropped, and then the ref was like, ring the bell. Well, who the hell is he telling to ring the bell? He's in a dentist office. He's saying ring the bell. That made me laugh. I was like, what? Ring the bell? So they actually did ring the bell in the arena. And All Out did have some fans in attendance. I think 250 or something. I don't know the number, but they were barely loud. I could barely hear them during every match. It seemed like no crowd was there. None of the wrestlers in the crowd made any fucking noise. You couldn't even tell the crowd was there, because I couldn't hear their crowd noise. I know they're far away, I guess. Way up in the cheap seats. Or not that close to the ring. And I guess AEW selling the tickets for $20. That's overpriced, in my opinion. If you're sitting far away, every ticket should be like $5 or $10. Stop charging $20 during a pandemic AEW. And I think it's a better idea. I know Daly's place where All Out is held in Dynamite. I know it's outdoors, but I still think it's a bad idea to have a couple fans around each other, even with masks. I don't think I would want to go to a wrestling show with a mask. And I don't think I would. Unless it was like a WrestleMania and I had like very, very good seats. Then I might go. But not around a huge crowd. If they're like sitting far apart from me, then I might go to a wrestling show. But not like right next to strangers. I would not do that. So anyways, to me, the NXT talent that is in the crowd at NXT pounding on the glass, they were louder than this crowd at All Out. These fans seemed like they didn't care, and I could barely hear them react. Or I couldn't hear them on TV when I watched. Maybe they were loud, but it did not come across good watching on pay-per-view. They sounded quiet, not loud, not hype, like they didn't even care. Again, to me, the NXT talent banging on the glass is a better idea. Why didn't you tell your wrestlers at ringside to make more noise? They hardly made any noise. And this is supposed to be one of your biggest pay-per-views. And you tell your talent to like not make noise? Why? I don't understand that. That bothered me. Also, if your crowds are going to be quiet, the paying fans, if you're going to be quiet and I can't even hear you on TV, it's pointless. AEW to even sell tickets. I couldn't hear them barely at all. And the Thunderdome is a better idea, in my opinion. The Thunderdome showing fans on a screen reacting, thumbs up, thumbs down, clapping, that's better than paying fans that don't make any noise. AEW should have done a Thunderdome, but then everybody would have ripped you that you copied WWE. Up next. So, again, Big Swole wins, knocks out Britt Baker, I guess, with gas, and put her to sleep. The ref only picked her arm up like once. I saw her arm drop. Why didn't he pick it up 3 times? I don't know. Big Swole wins. I was entertained by this street fight in the dentist office. Tooth and nail match. Up next. By the way, Rebel got involved. That was pretty cool. Up next, we had the Young Bucks against Jurassic Express. I didn't fucking care. I like Jungle Boy. I like Luchasaurus. They're great talents. I see Jungle Boy as a future champion, as a future star for AEW. Same with Luchasaurus. But I didn't care about the tag match. I don't care about the Young Bucks or when they wrestle. I tune out. I zone out. I usually fast forward all their matches on Dynamite. I don't care. Any Young Bucks match is boring to me. To me, they're not entertaining. And they're just... God, JR... That was sad when JR was calling them tag team legends. No, they aren't. So anyways, God almighty. I like Jurassic Express, but any Young Bucks match, I zone out. I don't care. They're not my demographic. I'm not a fan of theirs. So, Young Bucks defeat Jurassic Express again. I didn't care, and I fast forwarded through it. And they had to have the stupid midget, Marco the Midget, with them. Not a fan of that guy either. I don't know who his demographic is, probably 5-year-olds, because they probably think he's a 5-year-old. So up next we had the 21-man Casino Battle Royal. A lot of talent in this. Lance Archer, Eddie Kingston. I forget the guy's name. He's a new wrestler for AEW. He's a black guy. I forget his name, but he was really good in it. He was like, he reminded me, I don't know why, of, he's like Ahmed Johnson 2.0. I'm just kidding. He's better than Ahmed Johnson. He can actually wrestle and not hurt people. I forget the guy's name, but he was really good. He was jacked. He's a big guy. He was in it a long time. The mystery man was Matt Seidel, formerly Matt Bourne. And let me just say, this was his AEW debut, and he made a splat. Not a splash, he made a splat. He went up right away to the top. I guess the top rope was slippery. I don't know. It probably was, or oily. Who knows? He tried right away to do his 450. Not 450, a shooting star. And he slipped and went up in the air. His arm hit the top rope and he fell on his back, almost on his neck and head. I was like, holy shit. Oh my God, that was bad. That was sad to watch. That was scary. At first, when I saw I wasn't hurt, I don't know how I reacted. I was like, oh shit. And then I actually started laughing. I don't know why. Sometimes really bad falls are funny, so I did start laughing, but I saw I wasn't hurt, so I'm glad he's not hurt. I don't want to see any wrestler get injured. So, God, Matt Seidel. What a debut. My God. I'm sure nobody in AEW and Matt Seidel, I'm sure they did not think that would happen in his first ever attempt, his first ever time stepping in an AEW ring. Look what happened. That is not good. Hopefully he didn't get injured. I don't really care. Matt Seidel debuted. The guy's still a good wrestler, still in his prime, still in great shape. But I haven't cared about him since he was like Evan Bourne, like 10 years ago. So anyways, the Casino Battle Royal winner. Oh, another thing about the Casino Battle Royal. Darby Allen, what the fuck, man? You're fucking insanely stupid. You get put in a body bag with thumbtacks, and then you get power bombed over the top rope onto the stage from Brian Cage. Power bombs Darby Allen in a fucking body bag that was zipped up. And it looked like he was fucking broken in half and dead. They opened a body bag and exposed it. I think Ricky Starks did. Exposed just his head. I bet you anything he's injured. Back injury or broken ribs or an injured neck or something. That fall he took was fucking sick. Stop doing that dumb shit, Darby Allen. Stop doing that stupid daredevil, insane, crazy bumps. You don't need to do that fucking shit just because your gimmick is you have no fear. I don't know what your gimmick is. Emo boy with face paint, I don't know. A skateboarder, who the fuck knows? I don't know what his gimmick is, but he loves to hurt himself, I guess. He's an idiot for taking that bump over the top in a body bag where you can't even see anything, and I'm sure he didn't fall right. He was lucky it was on the stage where it looked like there was like a little bit of carpeting or something. What if he got powerbombed on the fucking floor over the top onto the mats? That would have really probably hurt. Or what if Cage would have powerbombed him over the guardrail or tossed him over the guardrail? Then he would have probably really died. And that's probably what he wants to have happen. He wants to be remembered as the first ever American... I shouldn't say that. Not by accident. He wants to be the first American wrestler, not by accident, to die in the ring in America. That's what he wants. I think legit that's what he wants to have happen, to die in the ring and be remembered as a wrestler that died in the ring. And I say not by accident, because he legit, he looks nuts, and the bumps he takes, I think he really wants to die in the ring. And again, I say not by accident, because tragically Owen Hart died. That was by accident. Another thing, Owen Hart was not American, he was Canadian, but still, tragedy. Darby Allen's American. I don't believe an American wrestler has passed away in the ring during a match. I never heard of one. I know they have in Mexico, sadly. I think in AAA or a Mexican promotion, they have passed away in the ring. I think 2 different wrestlers died in the ring or something. I know one of them did. God, Darby Allen, you're a fucking idiot. Stop taking those sick bumps. And I'm not even a fan of you. Just stop doing that. You're going to hurt yourself badly. And end up with a broken back or something. Up next, we had, again, the winner of the 21-man Casino Battle Royal. The new #1 contender gets a future AEW World title shot, Lance Archer. Watch, they're going to build Lance Archer and Jon Moxley. They're going to build it up all the way until November, I bet, for the next pay-per-view, Full Gear. So after that, good God. After the Casino Battle Royal, we had a fucking train wreck of a match. I am not going to call it a botch. Some people are calling it a botch. Matt Hardy botched. And I'm not going to say that, because it was an accident. I don't know if he jumped too far, he got pushed off too far. This was a broken rules match. And Matt literally almost was broken forever. Seriously, the guy could have died. That fall was fucking sick. That fall was so nasty and bad. I saw a little clip that I watched before I watched the whole pay-per-view. I watched a little clip on YouTube, a little highlight of what happened to Matt Hardy. Because I was told by a friend of mine on Twitter how bad it was, that he smacked his head on the concrete. And a little highlight on someone's YouTube had a little, 12-second highlight of it. And it looked really bad. Matt was laying there, and then they skipped to when he was stumbling and almost falling, trying to walk. And then it cut off. And I saw it and I was like, yeah, that was really bad. The little short highlight I saw, I was like, that was really bad, but he looked like he was conscious and he woke up. That's good. I'm sure he has a concussion. That was really severe. But anyways, then I watched the whole match when I went through the whole pay-per-view, and my God, it was worse. Worse, 100,000 times worse than the short highlight I saw of it. Matt smacks his head on the concrete, missed the table. Like his whole shoulders missed the table, and his head smacks the fucking concrete. That could have killed him. That could have fucking killed him. The fall was 12 feet, maybe more, 15, who knows. First off, the fall was stupid to do. That spot was so stupid to risk and even do it. Yeah, you guys thought you were going to be protected by the two tables, would break your fall. Well, shit happens. And you shouldn't be jumping off a fucking, not a forklift, but I don't know what you call it. Fucking, it's like a forklift that raised up. And you shouldn't be jumping off a goddamn forklift through two tables because your body could go too far. Especially with concrete by the tables. Why didn't they put mats down or something? And I know AEW and stupid Tony Khan. This is on you. Because you let them do that spot because you just thought they're pros. They are pros. They're professionals. They're not going to get hurt. They're not going to miss the tables. Well, you still should have put a mat next to the damn tables. Because that's fucking concrete. You can do that spot all the time. Around a ring through two tables. Off the top rope. Because there's fucking mats under you. So you won't smack your head and be knocked out cold. Matt Hardy's out cold. Unconscious. For at least, probably almost a minute he was out cold. And he's still laying there. Aubrey put up the X like right away when she saw he's knocked out. And they didn't stop the fucking match. They didn't have the doctor come in for a while. Felt like Matt Hardy, before he got up and before the doctor came in and checked on him, first off, that doctor should be let go. That guy did not do his job. Aubrey put up the X. I saw it. Like right away, and the doctor didn't even come in. He didn't come in for like 3 to 4 minutes. Felt like. Matt was on his feet. I don't know. Matt was out of it. I bet you anything if someone asks him what happened, what do you remember after you went through the table, Matt will say, I don't remember anything. I thought I was at home. That's what he'd probably say. They took him to the hospital after the match. That's good. But the damage was already fucking done, AEW and Tony Khan, and you did nothing. You didn't stop the match. You stopped it for like 2 minutes, 3 minutes. Then you continued it. And let Matt Hardy and Sammy, I think, came out of a door. And they were in the arena. Came out of a door, Matt started punching him, and they started going at it. Matt Hardy was fucking out of it. He was totally out of it. He wasn't even inside his own body. He didn't even know what he was doing. He just, I don't know what he thought. Probably thought I'm not hurt, so I'll just continue. And what the fuck, AEW? Tony Khan, you were fucking absolute just scum. You're just, that's so stupid to not stop the match for good. Just tell the damn announcers Matt cannot continue. He has to go to the hospital. We're sure he has a concussion. That's how you could have stopped it. And said, we apologize to our fans. But Matt Hardy's severely injured. Matt Hardy's health, to me, not to Tony Khan or AEW, but to me, Matt Hardy's health is way more fucking important than a stupid pay-per-view wrestling match. So they have Matt continue, and they claim the doctor cleared him. I doubt that. They probably just thought, oh yeah, let's go on for like 3-4 more minutes and not have Matt take any bumps and he'll be fine and we'll end it. Well, that was not good enough. Tony Khan, AEW, you are fucking, I'm holding you responsible for not stopping the match the first time. You didn't stop it. You restarted it. Then you lied, and the commentators, I think Tony Schiavone said Matt was cleared by the doctor or else he wouldn't be wrestling. Yeah, right. That's a lie. Maybe, God almighty. That doctor that let Matt Hardy continue, he's worse than the doctor that gave CM Punk a Z-Pack and told him, oh, you'll be fine, you have a giant lump, take a Z-Pack. It's not an infection that could almost kill you. God almighty, this was the worst decision I've ever seen any wrestling company ever make. This is worse than WCW letting Matt Hardy continue. This is worse. It's different types of worse, but letting Matt continue. That was worse than WCW hiring Jim Herd. That was worse than WCW hiring Vince Russo. That was worse than Dixie Carter trying to run a wrestling company. Tony Khan, man. You're lucky Matt Hardy did not die. A couple years ago, Matt Hardy had a gimmick or a t-shirt that said, Matt Hardy won't die. Well, that's got to be true. Because he could have from that sick bump. Head on concrete. I can't believe the match continued. It was just fucking outrageous. I couldn't believe it. And then they climb up a fucking scaffold by the stage. Because Sammy had to take his bump to go through the stage to lose. I get it, they wanted to continue to get to that spot, but it shouldn't have fucking continued. Just totally irresponsible by AEW and Tony Khan. I guess Matt is really stronger than death, or won't die. And I don't ever want to see him die, or any wrestler die during a match. That was fucking outrageous. AEW and Tony Khan, that you let Matt Hardy go on, because when he was climbing the scaffold, he was fucking out of it. I saw his feet slipped on like the metal piping of the scaffold. He was climbing it and his feet slipped. Like he couldn't even climb it barely. So he was fucking out of it. I get it. Maybe you'll say I'm going on too long about it. I'm overreacting. I don't think so. And you'll probably say, what about other wrestlers that got really bad concussions? They continued. Well, that was different. Yeah, Undertaker, Brock, WrestleMania 30. But that wasn't Undertaker smacking his head on concrete. I don't know how he got his concussion. Maybe from German suplexes. I don't know. Brock is a freak of nature. He could give anybody a concussion by accident. Because the guy looks like a fucking not human beast. It's a miracle Brock doesn't injure all his opponents with concussions. Because the guy's so fucking strong. But, yeah, a lot of wrestlers have got concussions during a match, but not like that. Not with falling off a scaffold on concrete, hitting their damn head, the back of their head. That was really freaky to see. And it just made me mad. And how could you let it continue, Tony Khan? That is so wrong. I didn't respect you, but I respected you a little before this for starting a company and bringing competition to WWE. Even though you had nothing to do with it, your dad had all the money, I believe, to fund it. Your dad's the reason you could start it. It wasn't all your goddamn money. I don't know, maybe Tony Khan asked for his trust fund. Say, hey Dad, can I have all your money instead of when you die? Can I have it now to start AEW? I don't know how he got all the money. I think he claimed, I don't know. Tony Khan claims, I think he's the owner of a soccer team in England. I don't know if he owns it. I think his dad does. I know his dad owns the Jaguars, not him. So, I actually respect your dad more, Tony, than you. Because it's his money you started the company with. And you couldn't have started, we couldn't have competition without your dad and his money. I respect Vince McMahon a hell of a lot more than Tony Khan. I'll just say that. Vince would have stopped the fucking match. I guarantee it. If a wrestler hit their head on concrete, Vince would have stopped it. I guarantee it. I know it. That was bad. That you didn't stop it. Do stupid shit like that, AEW. Doing stupid shit like that. Letting Matt Hardy continue stupid shit like that is a reason I'm going to keep watching NXT live Wednesdays until they go to a different day. Then I'll watch Dynamite live again when NXT's not on Wednesday. And pretty soon I don't think NXT's going to be on Wednesday in 6 months. I doubt it. It was a stupid idea anyway to go head to head. Because this is in the late 90s. We don't need another wrestling war. That's just bad for both companies. Because you take ratings away from both damn shows when they're head to head. I don't need another wrestling war. I already lived through one. And one company had to die. I don't think it was from losing the Monday Night War, but one company had to die, and that was sad to me. So, back to the rest of the show. Matt Hardy, I hope you're okay and you can heal because you got a family. Man, when Matt got injured, I thought about his kids. His kids are small kids. What if he would have died? Rebby Hardy had a husband and they went to have a father. So up next, after the train wreck of the broken rules match, I know accidents happen, but he shouldn't have continued. That's AEW and Tony Khan, you dropped the fucking ball. Just like your Jaguars are going to, again, not make the damn playoffs or lose in the playoffs in the first round like you do every year. Because the Jaguars are losers. Not the players. The organization. Not run good. Never has been. Never been to a Super Bowl. Never won a Super Bowl. So the Jaguars are a failed NFL franchise, in my opinion. Don't got the right people in power or the right players. Not really any Hall of Fame players ever want to play in Jacksonville anyways. So up next, we had for the AEW Women's Championship, Hikaru Shida defended against Thunder Rosa, NWA Women's Champion versus AEW Women's Champion. This was fucking awesome. Match of the pay-per-view. Great women's match. Great wrestling match. I loved it. It was fantastic. I love both of these women. I really love Thunder Rosa. She follows me on Twitter. Thank you for following me. I'm just a fan, Thunder Rosa. She is great to her fans. She likes tweets, replies, stuff like that. Hikaru Shida is great too. But I wanted Thunder Rosa to win. Not just because she follows me, but I wanted her to win. And it was a great match. Very good. Got a lot of time. I had two favorite matches that I enjoyed on this pay-per-view out of what they have, 9 or something? 8 or 9 on the or 7 on the pay-per-view? I don't know. But I like 7, let's see how many matches. 11? So out of 9 matches on the pay-per-view, I only enjoyed 2 of them. The women's title and the AEW World title. The other matches I didn't care about, and I didn't think were good. And some were boring. So a great women's title match. It went 17 minutes. It was awesome. Hikaru Shida wins, is still the AEW Women's Champion. They also announced she has 30 victories in AEW on her record. She has 30 wins, a first and only female in AEW to get to 30 wins. Up next, we had the, I didn't care about this match at all. 8-man tag, Matt Cardona, Scorpio Sky, The Natural, Dustin Rhodes, The Natural Nightmares, Dustin Rhodes and QT Marshall, 8-man tag there with Allie and Brandy. Get Allie away from Brandy. She's better by herself. I see her as a single star. Allie's really, really fucking good. She did way better work, and she was booked way better in Impact Wrestling. That's just stupid to team up Allie with Brandy. Why? You don't have women's tag titles, so why the fuck even make a women's team? That's stupid. So they defeated the Dark Order. Dark Order is Brody Lee, Colt Cabana, Evil Uno, Stu Grayson. I didn't fucking care about the 8-man tag. Dustin Rhodes has been in wrestling for 5 decades. 5 decades. I don't know how that's possible. He's wrestled 32 years, but he's been in it 5 decades because he started in the late 80s. That's insane. 5 decades. But he's only had a 32-year career. And this decade just started. And my God, 2020 is the worst year in my life. And the entire country of the United States and the entire world's life. I would think everybody would feel that way. 2020 fucking blows and sucks ass. Can't wait for it to end. And I can't wait for everything to get back to normal. By the way, you're to blame for this, Trump. F you. I hope you get your fucking ass kicked in November. So anyways, because I believe Trump's to blame for most of the pandemic. It should have never got here. His stupidity and no leadership made it get here. Yes, I can blame him for it. Yes, I will. It's my show. And I'll blame who I want to. So, up next we had the AEW Tag Team titles. I didn't really care about this. It went way too long. 29 minutes. By the way, AEW, cut down on your pay-per-views. Don't make them 4 hours. I don't care if you only have 4 or 5 a year. You don't gotta make them 4 hours. Make them 3.5 or 3:20, not 4. It's ridiculously too long. Maybe one AEW pay-per-view a year should be 4 hours. Fine, I could live with that. WrestleMania, 4 hours. I could live with that. Or 3 hours for 2 days. Anyways, 4 hours all out 2020 felt way too long and it dragged on. Tag titles was too long, 29 minutes, 40 seconds. The winners, former WWE guys, FTR win and are the new AEW Tag Champs. Kenny Omega's pissed at Hangman Page and walked away, went backstage. They kept the camera on him way too long. I didn't care to see that. I didn't need to see that. Him and the Bucks walk out of the stadium. Who cared? I didn't care. Who gives a fuck? I don't care about the Bucks at all. Or the Elite. I would like to see Kenny beat the fuck out of the Bucks. That'd make me a bigger Kenny fan if that happened. Or have Hangman Page destroy them. Up next we had FTR the new champs with Tully Blanchard. Congrats to them. They're a great team. They're great workers. They're great wrestlers. They're a great tag team. But I don't care about them. Ever since they were jobbed out on WWE, I haven't cared about them since they were in NXT. Maybe I will in a couple months, or the longer they stay in AEW, maybe I will care about them more, but right now I don't care. Good you got the titles off Kenny and Hangman Page, because they're single stars in my opinion. They don't need to be a team ever again. Don't ever put them in a tag team again. So up next we had the Mimosa. This is not a joke. This was a real gimmick match. The Mimosa Mayhem match. The only way you could win by pinfall submission or throwing your opponent into a tank or like a hot tub of mimosas. It was stupid as hell. Stupid gimmick match. Stupid idea. I don't know who came up with it. If Jericho did it, it's a dumb idea. Mimosa match? What the fuck? That's like some WCW 2000 bullshit gimmick match, forklift, that's bad. That's like Judy Bagwell on a forklift, bad. Mimosa Mayhem, I didn't care. It's a stupid idea. It was just dumb. I thought it was stupid as hell. So, God almighty, I didn't care. I like Jericho, but I didn't care about the match, and it's a stupid ass idea. It's for a gimmick match. Really stupid. So, Orange Cassidy wins by knocking Jericho off the top rope into the damn hot tub of mimosa. Went on way too long also. Shouldn't have been 15 minutes. Should have been about, I don't know, 10, 11. Main event time. Jon Moxley defending the AEW World title against MJF. This was actually good. Only two matches I enjoyed. The women's title and the main event. Jon Moxley and MJF beat the crap out of each other. It kind of went on too long. It's 23 minutes. 40 seconds. It should have been about 15 to 18 minutes. I thought it went a little too long. Great spot. MJF took the steel post to the head. Old school. Got busted open and bladed. Was bleeding a lot. But it was great. It added to the match. I love blood in wrestling. Please, I fucking hope you both are tested. Because Moxley started biting his head and getting his blood in his mouth. That's not good during a pandemic. Sharing blood, but again, I hope they're tested and they passed. Obviously, I'm sure they did. But, anyways, good main event. Great women's title match. Jon Moxley wins and retains, and still Jon fucking Moxley. Hope you enjoyed my AEW All Out 2020 review. The show was a fucking mess. Except for 3 matches. The show I did not enjoy. It was not the worst pay-per-view I ever saw, but it was bad. Letting Matt continue was bad. Bad idea. Bad decision. awful booking. Oh, let's have it continue because Matt isn't going to take bumps anymore. Still a bad decision. What if he collapsed? What if he had a fucking seizure and died? Like, because you had him standing on his feet to walk all the way past the ring to the scaffold. What if he would have just passed out and fell over, unconscious? That could have happened. And Matt, because of the TLC matches, that guy's probably had well over 10 concussions. I don't know how many, but probably a lot. This concussion was so bad, he was knocked out cold. It was so bad, he could have died. And that would have been a tragedy. So again, there are my AEW All Out 2020 review. There it is. I expected the show to be better and not so messy. And Tony Khan, you're wrong for letting Matt continue. You should have got security to run out there, and if Matt did not want to stop, you should have brought out security to pick up Matt, take him to the back, and talk to him. You gotta go to the hospital now. You are not continuing. But you didn't do that. This was a black eye. Big time black eye for AEW. This pay-per-view. Except for 2 matches. 2 matches were really good. The third one that I enjoyed was the Tooth and Nail. Bye for now, everybody. Like, comment, share, and subscribe.